shouldn't talk to a dude after.
No, just if he's trying to keep you in the bubble. That's why men don't talk and they don't want you to know them intimately.
That's why I'm just like,
and if
what are we doing here if you're not gonna talk? If we're friends, then there's no reason why you can't
talk to me.
Yeah, because we were doing this before too, so I know you're on.
But do men even talk to their male friends?
That's what I'm questioning.
I've been in the room with male friends and all they do is
giggle,
reminisce about the past and talk about sex and cars and video games and shit. They don't talk about real stuff. They don't get real.
But we get to spend the most time with each other. Like, why can't I spend time?
Yeah, because
I feel like my love language is quality time.
And touch. You the most touchiest feeling person I know.
I be trying not to, honestly.
But boys need to be retrained. Men need to be retrained. That's why I talk to Michael and Kaden. Because I want them to be communicators. I want them to feel comfortable talking to females. I want them to be able to articulate themselves and voice their feelings. Because Ray comes from a generation, and your friend Jay was raised from somebody from a generation where men only expressed one emotion, and that was anger. It was okay for a black man to express his anger, but it wasn't okay for him to express happiness because he was soft. It wasn't okay for him to cry because he was soft and weak. So we come from a generation where black men are telling other black men, you better toughen the fuck up. Moms are punching their sons. I always said if I had a son, I'm gonna punch him in his chest every day to make him a man. That's that ignorant shit. I wasn't really gonna punch him in the chest, but that's that ignorant shit that there's some women out there who are hard on their sons to make them a man, and they go even harder on the nigga and their definition of going hard is saying the most fucked up shit to them and doing the most messed up stuff to them because you're making him a man. You're not teaching him to be faithful. You're not teaching him.
Love toxic women.
Yeah, that's why they love toxic women. This is some good shit. They love toxic women because their mom is toxic as fuck. And I know this is gonna bump up against some shit. Dre got mad at me the other day, and I'm not gonna tell you what he got mad at me about, but this is gonna bump up against some shit. But the reason why they love toxic women is because their moms are toxic as fuck. I'm toxic as fuck. I'm progressive with my toxicity, so I have eventually evolved to the point where I realize I am toxic so I can stop. And hopefully I'm stopping soon enough to where they don't start gravitating to women, because Dre tells me all the time I'm just like his grandma. And when he tells me stories about his grandma, I ain't never heard a story about Willa Bell or her being soft and cuddly. She shot at her own son. Willa Bell went hard. I ain't never heard a story about Willa Bell that made me be like, yes, compare me to her. And that's not that's not from a judgmental negative space. It's just Willa Bell went hard as fuck. I don't want to believe that I go that hard. Lord, please don't let me go that hard, or I'm gonna shoot at one of my kids.
Oh, okay. It's more personal.
Oh, but yeah, she was very toxic, and that's probably why her son doesn't date black women.
And that's why it could be because he doesn't see the strength in them.
Yeah, well, he saw how damaged she was. She was a terrible mother, and because of that, he probably has a block towards black women. And that's the sad reality. Some black men don't date black women because of subconsciously something happened with their mom, and they're like, yeah, no, if this is how black women are. And it's not, and this is something I realized with Angel, it doesn't matter what the hell you say to them. People are only going to filter what they're going to filter. And so they can meet wonderful black women. They're always going to see their flaws because something happened that traumatized them with their mother that caused them flush the toilet, wash your hands, and turn the light off. You don't have to argue about everything. This is the good stuff to do. Flush the toilet.
This is good for you.
Wash your hands and turn off the lights. He's literally having a breakdown because he had to flush the toilet.
You have to wash your hands, kid.
Don't make fun of him. That's not nice.
He said, leave it alone, baby.
He's going through
Wash the stink off, please.
Be nice to your brother, Billy.
You're trying to pick me up to be the bad guy here, aren't you? No. This one's not even trying to wash his hands. Who's really the menace to society here?
I know, but
who's really?
But how can you address him without berating him, without teasing him and making him feel worse?
Can you please wash your hands?
Make sure you wash your hands, Kaden. Good job, Kaden. Nah, get your little nasty ass in there and wash your hands. Even though we don't
touch me.
Yeah, even though we don't mean it from a bad place, that shit leaves scars. And that's why we, raising our boys, need to do better by them. Teaching a man to be a man, then we wonder why we don't have men to date. Teaching a man to be a man is teaching him to be tough.
Women and they don't date women at all.
That's even deeper.
They're gay because they're tired of women.
Yeah, some homes
women's
are so...
trauma. Not even... Yeah. Clearly, I'm traumatizing Jay, and he's not even my boyfriend. Like...
How are you traumatizing him? Hold on.
This is gonna be something that's on his brain. And this might affect him in a way. Like, he might actually be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing this with girls now. Because this is too much. Like, I don't like this response. So that changes something in his... It's basically a pivotal moment, maybe. Can you take a shower? Washing your hands, taking your shower. You need to train them. I need to eat. All they do is eat. They're like pigs. It's like to stay dirty and eat food.
I think that's boys. That's why women don't have no one to date, because we didn't raise our boys to be men. Our definition in past generations, that's nobody's fault of their own. It's just we raised ourselves and we raised our offspring for survival. Not too many generations ago, we had to keep our head down or die. So we raised our children to survive. And so every generation is a little bit looser, a little bit looser, a little bit looser. But in us teaching our boys to be men, we're teaching them to be tough.
So you're putting it in their heads.
Yes, because back in the slavery days, you had to be tough or die. You couldn't show emotion. They literally ripped you apart from your family so that you would that piece of your heart would be ripped the fuck out. Imagine a father, a man that wants to be a father. Imagine him being ripped away from his family. Like, that's some deep ass shit. They took, because a man that wants to be a daddy, you'll take him away from his kids.
And he'll never see his kids again. Even if he makes kids, he's not going to see that kid again.
Yeah.
The kid's going to be sold.
And they made them men
to be even.
Produce babies. Like, they were freaking baby mills. So I understand how we raised our black men was for survival. But we're in a survival pattern because of the state that we live in. But we're not in survival mode anymore. Can we please raise our boys to be intellectual? Can we please raise our boys to show emotion? Can we please raise our boys to smile? Can we please raise our boys to be faithful? Can we please raise our boys to dream big and believe in all of their abilities? Like, can we uplift our boys? Like, we do all that shit on camera, but can we do it behind the scenes too?
Right. Sports isn't everything. Thank you.
Yes. Sports aren't the only way out the hood. And you got one son who plays sports and one who doesn't, and you're investing all your energy into sports, nigga, because you hoping he's your ticket out. But you're ignoring this little smart motherfucker right here. Little Poindexter ass that's gonna change the world. And you're ignoring the entire man of both of them. Right. So the athlete, you're investing all this time and energy and making sure he's this well-rounded athlete. Meanwhile, he's a fucked up ass human being. Why do you think you got all these... why do you think you got all these athletes who are amazing fucking athletes who are fucking their lives up because they don't know how to function? No one raised them to.
They're just in a body. They don't have a soul.
Shut up. What the hell?